Good afternoon. The mothers out. This one. This is online. But last time we had a building partner. It was a case study. We didn't have time. A study on strategic plan. Maybe we will start from that. Recording is okay. It is correct now. We didn't do that. We finished a strategic plan. Lesson 5 or 6? 5. Yeah, 5 minutes now. Then there's a relevant case study, but we didn't have time as a review. Strategy formulation and goal mark. That is a case study related to this one. Planning, strategic planning, strategy formulation and goal mark. Still is the giant in the industry, retail industry, market in the world, best company. As a question, we have been asked to comment on the strategy implemented by this company. Adopted. Comment on the strategy adopted by Goldman. Like at least 5 comments should be given now. Briefly explain. Most would be successful, but we will read the paras. Most concepts we studied in both the planning lessons and other lessons can be seen and be related. Like order, They report Porter's work, the pioneer in the strategy. Porter 2002, no? That's why citation. Say that the root of the problem lies in the lack of distinguishing between operation effectiveness and strategy. Right. Goals, plans should be compared or interchangeably used with the strategy. That's the meaning. Otherwise, there can be, problems, issues, performance issues. Right. The expedition for productivity, quality, and speed resulted in management techniques, tools, TQM, benchmarking, time-based competition, outsourcing, some buzzwords. Partnering, these are some examples for strategy. Re-engineering, in management. In any organization, strategy management, it is called strategy management. Very organization specific, not the subject actually. Specific, but not strategy management. Is the key to the success of the firm. Then theories in the strategic management should be adopted at the firm level. Walmart is a very good example for that. There are many theories based on this assumption that without a proper strategy and planning, it is difficult for any industry or organization to survive. It is common for all sizes. Then it is must or necessary to understand here that all major corporations like Walmart, Coca-Cola have established themselves strategic planning and implementing. They acknowledge the discipline or the topic or the processes. Right. Then coming to there is overall, all organizations should follow this. But now we have to go to this industry, retail industry, supermarket. The retail industry is making news everywhere in Sri Lanka. It's a trending area. Now there are many supers, no? Many supers. But all seem following this Walmart's practices. It's not only the traditional industries increasing their outlets, but some major corporate industries also including into this industry, like Reliance Industries, Aditya Birla Group in India, Walmart, that is our case, a US-based retail industry, company industry, and it is known as the retail industry has survived and is still the huge enterprise in the world. It deals with almost all the food and beverage products, now apparels, etc. It is not only the largest company in the world, but also the largest company in the history of the world, as per Fisherman 2006. Fishman. The present paper, this one, case study, is divided into 4 sections. You have to read that using this structure, right? Retail industry at the time of Walmart's start in. Second, Walmart's competitive advantage and key components. Third one, Walmart's strategy. Then sustainable growth of it. Those are the key areas we have to consider. Even your answer should be organized around these to come in from there. The well-written case study, very academic and practical also. Walmart dominates the American retailing industry due to number of factors like critical factors. No? Its business model, it is still a mystery, and its effectiveness in not letting the rivals They know about the weakness. But that happened to Nokia. No? Like they Nokia filled out. But it is not happening to this company. Because it does not allow rivals to come up. Walmart made strategic attempts in its necessary in its formulation to dominate the retail market where it has its presence, growth by expansion. That is one major strategy, expansion strategy. In the US and internationally, as simple, create a widespread name recognition, brand, and customer satisfaction. That is number one actually. In relation to branding, Walmart, and branching into new sectors of retail step by step, but not unnecessary. Right. Many more things are coming. It is learned that Walmart strives on three generic strategies that we studied in the handout based on quarters. Of focus strategy, the differentiation strategy and overall cost leadership. They are happening together. No? But the other two are also used to target the market strategy, focus strategy. Managers strive hard to make their organizations unique, distinctive, and identify key success factors, critical success factors that will drive the customers to buy their products. Thus, firm specific resources and capabilities. It is based on the resource-based view, all capabilities. What we studied in the third lesson are crucial in explaining its performance. The resource-based view RBV explains competitive heterogeneity based on the homogeneity, heterogeneity, diversity, based on the premise that the close competitors differ in their resources and capabilities in important and durable manner. That's the fundamental knowledge, insight given by the theory. Even individuals are different in such a manner. Right. The company's capability can be found through its functionality, reliable performance like Walmart, superior logistics. Right. Walmart has firm infrastructure, well-equipped human resource with management professional and technology quality. Those are the typical factors behind the success of Walmart. Right. Next para, I think you are getting the things now. Any organizations strive hard to be successful, for which it needs to have better resources and superior capability. Human resource. But now, not only human resource, no. Information resource is very important. Walmart has a strong resource-based view with economically and financially very strong enough to stand still in the time of crisis. Pereira, one knows that it states that dominating the retail market is its key strategy. Walmart operates on low price strategy. It is operated as everyday low prices, EDLP. Now, it's like supermarkets are also using that, no? On boards, other say, that's the strategy copied from Walmart. Distribute kana rate se mane online second name no dia tahu lah dekat kata lah tahu dia ada mana mana le lawa ke the people are exaggerating customers are exaggerating to buy it in an impulse manner or as a habit so they can kali lang try buy there use there अब तो वाइफ को कॉल कर लगी ना मतलब तो दे रहा है ना इधर लगा दिया पीछे ये ना बैंक है लगे गाने पर लगा करते हैं then I remember that these are the strategies used by our companies also here as done by Colombo. Yeah, I remember the concepts I teach. How do you know? EDL pickup. It happens to all companies, all industries. Computer safety product here, right? Shares or trading. The strategy lies in purchasing the goods at low prices and selling the goods to customer at much lower prices. Cutting the prices as far as possible and increasing the profit by increasing the number of sales. ඒක මේ පරණ එකක් නේ. වෙළඳපොළ ගණවල කරන්නේ අඩුලාභේ පොළ වෙළඳ මොනේ අඩුලාභේ වැඩි පිළිවෙල. Continues. But in different ways. අද අලුත් දේවල් කරන්නේ. This bureaucratically increases drastically increases the competition in the market, and Walmart competes with all its competitors till it is dominant in the market. That is another strategy. Killing the acquiring the competition. That's what actually market leaders do. Walmart is expanding seriously and rapidly, which is also its strategic goal, expansion as mentioned above. Walmart employs over 1.3 associates, but now numbers may be different now. More doubt. Owns over 4,000 stores, out of which 3,000 are in the US, and serves around 100 million customers weekly. Walmart has acquired many international stores and merged with some super stores like KSDA in UK. Walmart plug network of retail outlets has ensured that it interacts with and has impact on virtually every locality in US. This expanded strategy has led the hunger of Walmart to many European countries to expand geographically. It is learned that 3 countries with no Walmart stores became part of corporations' international presence, wherein the domestic retail chains were taken over by Walmart, including 122 Colombo stores in Canada, 21 Vodka stores in Germany, and 2 to 9 similar one mentioned above in UK. Right. The takeover strategy by Walmart keeps the company at forefront as the dominator. When entering into new markets, and the number of competitors is also minimized, primarily minimized. The strategies have helped different strategies altogether now. Help the Walmart to rule in number 1 position in international countries, making it the largest retail in the world so far. It is seen that Walmart has significantly the quarter-by process model, wherein through proper strategic planning and strategy implementation, what we study diagram also, has led to removal of various entry barriers, primarily from competitors and pricing norms. As per the 5 process model, we notice later on now. In regard to substitutes, Walmart, in order to achieve its aim of customer satisfaction, as selling goods under its own legal brand logo, but under another brand. So anyway, this is again Walmart with the product and the sama. Walmart's big box phenomenon has changed the retail industry in the US, which is often considered as discount stores, and makes a profit through high volume of purchases and low markup on profits. Walmart, with its low cost and Euro-Spanish strategy has made a dramatic impact since 1962, the origin, when Sam Bolton founded it, Walmart Sam Bolton first started his business. With this strategy, Walmart has now over 4,000 stores and outlets in US and other countries, developed through acquisition and merger. Those are the two main strategies. Right. Now you can easily comment on it. Comment can you have to write the answer. At least 5 comments. Ultimately, they don't have one in the country. To maintain it, it should not undermine conducting ongoing market research and the effects coming from the immediate followers. That should not be undermined. But about that, you can identify many more positive strategies. You can start from the main strategy, the philosophy. That I not the strategy, philosophy. What is that? Low price, high margin. You can point and elaborate that. Then other strategies and practices, what we studied in the handout also can be highlighted. But last one should be given in the same manner. So learn by every low price. EDA. That would be a philosophy actually, can be considered as a strategy also. Then start from that. Last one would be the volume. In between, you can identify at least 3 other strategies. How resource space being is used, its size used. Then how it combines, 3 generic strategies undergoing. But taking the concept, you can elaborate that even getting sentences or information from the paras. That is doable, but only providing paragraph related information is not allowed. You have to combine both concepts, relevant concept and then test practice. Then another one would be not allowing others to win. Then you have to elaborate that also another strategy. Visible. Then usage strategy. Yeah, this is the one now to say the use of strategic alliances might be. And you can talk about the critical successful factors also, but that again involves this one RBB. And easily you can do that. Then expand. Elaborate the expansion. Location to where you have to think. Then you have 3 more weeks to finish and upload the team assignment report. 3 more weeks. Last time I said 4 more weeks. Today I have to take 3 more weeks. Take the guidelines also in February from the course outline. There are only 2 teams, no? We have 3. 2. Others also. There are only 2 members. 1 or 2 members. This is not an assignment, this is only an exercise. After uploading, try to prepare 5, 6, 7 slides also for a team. To match with the 10-minute presentation done on the last day. But you stay again there. Oh, අපි මේ නොකරගෙන මේ ලියුමුත් ඒවලා තියෙනවා. මම ඔය පොඩ්ඩක් නිස්සද්ද හිටියේ හෙට දිහාට ඔක හරියට දැනගත්තා ඒක. ලියුමත්. ඔව් හෙට වගේ දාන්න කරා. අනිත් මේ පරීක්ෂාංශ දෙමත් දෙන්න. ඔය අපේ වෛරස් පුතාට ඒකත් මම වෙන item එක විතරක් කිව්වම පොදුවේ ඔක්කොටම දාන්න ඕනේ මොන. ඔය එක කොහොමද නොකරන විදිහට කොට හදාගන්න. හරි 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 හරි. හරි මං කියනවා. Check that randomly. What did you write? Did you write? No, not yet. Who completed? Who has completed? One completed. Online members also should write. I think you heard that, no? The instructions I gave. Yeah. Now they are, providing the answers for the question given at the end of this case study, case document. One question was there asking to comment on the strategy adopted at Walmart. Based on our understanding, you can write that. I give some hints as well. This is not an assignment, these are some exercises. Develop your writing capacity. We are using the ebook, ebook uploaded to the LMS. The course outline also I mentioned that we are referring the ebook case studies. Or you can finish that, no? Yourself. Any doubts, please ask from me. Right, then we will move to the next lesson. Third lesson and the last lesson of planning. We talk about decision making. Lesson number 6, no? Right, shall I close this? You have a copy, no? Right. Decision making, it is the brave to share the document planning decision making. But all those management tasks are decision making tasks. But these are the areas we are going to cover. We will define decision making, identify different types of decisions, then decision making process steps. After that, we will identify models and individual decision making styles. So order can be changed a little bit. And then we will consider the noun decision. Then, as I said before, we should know some similar words. And decision is a choice, no? Choice. Considered from alternative choices. Right. Then decision making is the process of addressing problems or gaps, problems and opportunities as gaps, and to come up with the solution. Right. That is an overview of the decision. What decision making. Or simply we can say decision making is choice making. Alternatives for a problem and to deal with the best one. Then there are different decisions now. That's what we have been studied by different types. Strategic level decisions, tactical level decision, managing the hierarchy can be used, operational level decision. Right. Okay. Then broadly we can divide it as a program decision and non-program. There are similar words for this. Program means plan, structure, or routine. Mostly operational level decisions go there. But non-program decisions are very unstructured, right? Unplanned, not routine. They are long-term oriented and they are much strategic. Then similar examples given for the goals, plans, strategies in the particular level can be taken here as example. All of them in all decision making. Then given examples in the particular layer can be taken up to these two. But since we have to consider the middle level, then if you like, you can have another decision type in between these. Then it is but you have to use the term semi-program decisions, which are the things that we consider for the middle level, tactical level, right? The departmental level. Examples are budgets. The examples for semi-program decision. Right. Then you have to identify that also, but broadly, most test group writers identify these groups, but practically there's another one. Otherwise, we can't mention the middle level of management. Or you can consider the business level also, no? But we identified with the strategic planning as another level, SBU level. Then those decisions are called business level decisions. There are different ways of identifying. But this is the usual way of identifying decisions. All operational level decisions can be taken here, all top level decisions can be taken here. But as I said, there's another one between these. That is the semi-program decisions. All what we consider in the middle level can be taken there. But as I said, if you want to consider SPU separately, then that name also you can identify decisions and business level decisions. Then to make decisions, we need to use information. Then different information systems in levels can be related there. For the program level, we can use transaction level systems. For the non-program, we can use executive level systems. For the semi-structured decisions, we have to use MI, management information, which gives structure to making management. But now, information system should be used for this. And keeping this part for a while, we will come back later. This thirdly, we will identify the decision-making process and try to explain. Then, as per the diagram, it goes or not works as a cycle with 6 steps. First one is what? Knowing the decision need, no? Decision need required or problem. After that, it should be diagnosed with the root causes. Right, then, knowing the root causes, different solutions or alternatives should be developed. Choices should be developed. Then the desired one should be selected out of the pool. Then selected one should be or chosen one should be implemented. Then, as in the planning process, lastly, the feedback, evaluation and feedback also should be considered to improve the future decision-making tasks. Right. Then these 6 steps should be considered. No? The rational decision-making process. All are doing this in making decisions. Right. Managers confront decision requirement or need as a gap, but that gap can be a threat or an opportunity, problem or an opportunity. A threat occurs when established goals are less achieved or performance goes down or performance happens unsatisfactory. Opportunities are exceeding the goal achievement. So performance can be exceeded from the current level, but both are gaps. Those should be addressed. They are coming from the environment. Right there, knowing the problem in such a manner, the key reasons or root causes of that, not only the symptoms, should be found. Then these are the questions. What is the nature of the gap for the disequilibrium? It is material. Disequilibrium. Then when it happened, where it happened, how it happened, who are responsible, what's the urgency of solving that, what are the other connected events, like how to achieve the results. So how results are coming from what activities, those should be known. No? That is very important to know in the root causes. Then there are different methods used, as we discussed in the previous planning session: force field analysis, root cause analysis, statistical techniques, all can be used. Now, AI-related technique can be used. No? Even it's a matter of asking the question. No? What is the question? Only the results will come. ChatGPT or something. But as a human being, no, you have to carefully monitor it, use it with your own judgment as well. Dr. කෙනෙක් කරන්නේ නැහැ. එදා කපම මේ අහන්නේ ඔය ටික තමයි diagnose කරන්නේ. ඒ වගේ managers also should diagnose the management problem, business problem. දැන් වැරදි උත්තරයක් දෙන්නේ. ඒක තමයි. Right, then alternative should be developed in the third step. For program decisions, feasible solutions can be easily found. There are many alternatives. But for non-program decisions, it is very difficult to have them. The course of actions should be developed in a structured way. But sometimes managers cannot use the structured method for those problems that they have used from other very spontaneous methods, judgmental methods. We will identify them in the styles, different styles. And what right then, the selected, desired alternative should be selected. One or two can be selected. Then where the what is called the cost benefit analysis can be done, or efficiency effectiveness both can be evaluated. Even the risk factors also should be identified. Risk assessment also should be done. Again, an environmental analysis should be done. Right. This is also difficult. Right then, this is the most problematic decision where others may resist once the selected one is implemented. This involves using managerial, administrative, persuasive abilities to ensure that the selected alternative is carried out or put into the practice. Right. Then the ultimate success of the decision highly depends on the way the selected decision is implemented, as in this stage execution. Right, then it's a matter of having good communication, effective communication, motivation, providing a leadership style appropriately in this stage. Therefore, all stages are important, difficult. Right. Each has different character, different requirements. Right. But without last one, it is incomplete. Right. Here, decision makers gather information to know how the implemented decision help to achieve the goals or to improve the performance. And then this allows decision makers to function as a cycle, engage in the decision making as a cycle. Right. Feedback is also a must in any process, otherwise the process is incomplete. The future learning would not happen without this one. Right. Then in all problems like sales increase, sales decrease, high labor turnover, right, compared to the norm, can be visited and revisited through this process. market share decline, all the problems. Problems are gets coming as both threats and opportunities. In all such problems, this process can be used for business. I think sales managers or marketing manager expected 5 million sales for a period, but the company or the product had only 3 million. Then there's a 2 million significant gap. It's the problem. No? Then it should go diagnose the root cause analysis. There are many factors contributing to affecting. The solution should be alternative should be found based on the root cause analysis. Then other steps should be followed no, accordingly. Now, whether the product quality should be improved, the price should be reduced, commissions should be increased by the sales force. Like there can be many, not only one actually. We normally find to have one alternative, but not only one, there can be different alternatives. Right. All of them should be selected and implemented accordingly. As an example, only reducing the price is not enough. No? While doing that, we have to, the company should increase the quality also. Now, customers like to buy, consider all these things. In one fact. Then availability also should be increased. Huh? Availability of the product is a must. Then to motivate the staff, then to reduce the labor turnover, giving only one factor is not enough. No? The managers should consider different factors. Maybe financial benefits should be given. Then job security should be increased. Then what else? The relationship should be maintained. The career planning opportunity should be given. All should be given. And training should be given. Sometimes work-life balancing should be supported. Work-life balance. Today, the problem is a very complex one. Maybe having different factors. Right, then we will go to the models. There are 3 models of decision making. These have come from economics. Right. The first one is the classical model, normative model. We have the rational model. Then these are the characters of this model. Goals are well known. Then problem can be defined very correctly, precisely. That is one assumption. Then uncertainty is high. Then complete full information is available to identify all possible alternatives. But that is another assumption. Then evaluation criteria are well known to maximize the optimize the results. Right. Then last one is assumption is the decision making is very rational. He can engage in the full logic, assigning values, differences to optimize the results. But we can't have these characters in all decisions, all problems. These are much considered, can be much considered in program decisions only, not only not in non-program decisions. The rational model can be applied easily in program decisions, but not in non-program decisions. It can be moderately applied in semi-program decisions. Moderate, yeah. not fully. Right. This is another decision-making model introduced by Herbert Simon. He won the Nobel Prize also because for this model. Actually, practically this is happening in all decision making, but especially in advanced decision making. Right. The administrative decision model is considered to be very descriptive, and it describes how managers or decision makers actually make the decision, practically make decisions with some constraints. Right. It is more situation oriented. Right. Then the model has two indicators or two elements. Right. One is the bounded rationality. It means people have limits, boundaries. Right. Then, based on these limits and boundaries, they try to make the ultimate decision. As an example, there are limited information in a decision making. Then the decision maker tries to use the available information to make the final decision. That is one. What's called the one justification of this model. Decision makers are bounded with the constraints, especially with the information limitation. Then second one considered in this model is whatever the, or despite the limitation of the resources, the decision maker is bound by the personal satisfaction need of him or her. Satisfying need of him or her. Right. In identifying or in following the steps, 5 steps in the decision making process. That means person to person decision makers may have their own styles of own passion and own expectations in engaging in the decision making process. That is more powerful than the information constraint. Even information constraint is read and identified using this one. It's sort of personal attachment, personality, learning style, education level, past experience, and so on. Right. Actually, this is practical in not only happening in advanced decisions, but in all decisions. Decision makers are bound by these two factors, two conditions: bounded rationality and satisfaction. You know, herself. Talking about anyway, common me अभिवादन करता हूँ अधिकृष्ण ने लाइफ में मैं समाज इतना अंतर ऐसा satisfy करना तीन जगह मारी एक आध जगह पर भी satisfaction दिया कि तमाम सब की हो आइते सब की नसल जगह लोग सब की ठीक है dan angga kini new generation yalu satu kira yalu kini dia harta mah gap tu anu kate gap tu vision den yani yalu kini dia ye model ke deni satisfied right this happens actually in all decisions but especially in unstructured non-programmed decisions. Right. Last model is the political model. Politics party politics. It means that this also happens in advanced or non-programmed decisions. This says that these characters are highlighted in this model. One is organized. One assumption is decision makers know that organizations are made up of individuals having different interests, goals, and values. Diversity is or groups having these characters. Because of that, this model says don't make individual decisions, but go for group decisions, team decisions, or politics. coalitions. Right. Then, as mentioned in the previous model, second character says that information is ambiguity can not complete. That is another requirement to have team-based decision, political decision, or decision in a party. Right. Third character is third rationality is decision makers do not have enough time, resources, capacity to identify all dimensions. This was also mentioned in the second model. Right. That's what I say. Second model is very practical. Even most of the characters used in this model are the explanations given in that model. Second model. Last one is decisions are the results of bargaining and discussion among coalitions. Coalition members. Bargaining power matters. That's what the resource-based field says. The matter of using bargaining. තමන්ගේ bargain කරන මනස එක්කනේ bargain කර. You are also bargain with yourself, your mind, with the cognitive process. Even all these assumptions have been much considered inhibited in the second model. That's why I think Simon has been given the Nobel Prize. Still, there is no such competing model to administrative model present. But we have to follow the rational model also. That is to set the targets. Aims. Our aim should be always. Our aim should be to optimize the result. Optimize the profit, maximize the sales. Target should be identified based on the rational model. But we can't achieve it. When we try to make decisions, our behavior is more with the instructions given in the second model, the institute model. But we have to accept this also. Today, there's a more trend to move from individual decision to team-based decisions. We have to do that also. Therefore, we have to consider, learn all three models. Each has its own strength. First one should be used to use mostly in program decisions as well as in setting the results, not results, goals of the decision. Results can be them. But practically, the two conditions dimensions mentioned in the administrative model can be seen practically. Therefore, decision maker does not go for identifying all alternatives. He or she tries to complete that with the satisfaction and looking at the constraint. In operation decisions also it can accept in all these steps. Right. That's how three models of decision making should be identified and displayed. Then we should go for the last one to identify 4 alternative individual decision making styles. We have used the SOPA knowledge. Right. Personal decision styles refer to how individuals evaluate problem, generate alternative, and make the choice. Mentioned in the decision making model. Right. First style mentioned here is what? Using or having a directive style. Right. It is used by individuals who prefer to clear out the solutions problem and to deal with that in efficient manner. The characters mentioned in the first model can be seen here, no? Can be applied here. Right. In having a directive style, the very rational assumption mentioned in the classical decision-making model can be incorporated here. Right. But this is applied mostly in program decision, operational level or routine decision, not the non-routine decision. Then other styles should be used in non-program decision, like using an analytical style. Right. Because this is suitable for exposing into the very complex decisions. Where more data should be gathered. But using this style, the decision maker can highly depend on the information systems. System, he or she can use more system generated information analytically. AI system for advanced statistical technique can be used like correlation, regression, ANOVA, time series analysis. Then what is some models like MPV analysis, cash flow analysis, IRR method, feedback method. These models can be used. Linear programming model, Q theory model. The third one is the conceptual style. Conceptual style means, like I mentioned, here the decision maker should use not get information not with the systems, but contacting others, no, in the society. So contact. Sorry. Here behaviorally contacting people. Here both should be used. Direct conceptually. The system generated information as well as mentioned in the analytical model, as well as the socially develop social-oriented techniques like contacting people, discussing with others, getting others' opinions, as mentioned in the political model. Both should be used in the style, but it is considered as the conceptual style. That means theoretical conceptual it is proposal. No? Get much information socially as well as through the systems. Both should be used here. That is also happening in for advanced decision because more information should be generated there. But last one is the behavioral style where the decision maker, the manager can use one-to-one group discussions, or he or she can use his or her own feelings and consider others' feelings. It is very behavioral, no? Behavioral. This is also used more in unstructured decision, not in operational decision. Different views should be taken from different people, participants, using different methods. If the problem is very complex, single information source cannot be used. Therefore, first style can be usable in program decisions. All other three can be used in non-program decisions. Modular code එක style load එකයි. ඒකයි මම ඉතින් අගට කරා. process එක ඉස්සරහ දැනගෙන ඉන්න. හරිද? ඔය දේ තමයි මට කරන්න වෙන්නේ. අර pattern එකකින් මම connect කරනවා. pattern විතර කරේ. හැබැයි ඉතින් තමන්ගේ style එක try කියවගන්න. चलो मैं रिसेंट ले उतार බලන්න ඕනේ रिसेंट මේකෙන් මොනවද කියන්නේ උදාහරණයක් තෝරන දෙනවා තමයි වචන දැනගන්න ඕනේ ඊට පස්සේ රිසර්ච් එකේ process ස්ටෙප් සයිඩ් වල අපි එක ස්ටෙප් එකේ එක දේවල් නෙන්නේ ඔය ඉන්ටර් රිලේටඩ් ඔන්ලයින් ඉන්ටර් රිලේටඩ් අන්තිමට ෆීඩ්බැක් එකක් තෝරන්නේ එක සයිකල් එකක් වගේ යයි right ඊට පස්සේ මෙලෝ අපි රිසර්ච් 3 models නේ 4 styles ටික තමයි ඕනෙම ලෝකේ තියෙන බිස්නස් වලට ගෙනියන්න වෙන්නේ. සේල්ස් වල වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ස්ට්‍රැටජික් වෙන්න පුළුවන්, HR වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ෆයිනෑන්ස් accounting මොකේ ගියත් ඔය ටික තමයි ෆලෝ කරන්නේ. යූස් කරන්නේ. එදිනදා ජීවිතේත් එහෙමයි. සමහර වෙලාවට අපි තනියම ගන්නවා quick decision. because those are manageable. සමහර වෙලාවට ඉන්නවා ටිකක් ඉරගෙන දැන්වලදී අපි අර coordinate වලට යනවා. යාළුවන්ට කතා කරලා දේවල් කතා කරලා. We try to download things from there. Conceptual means using both the analytical style as well as the behavioral style together. We are using more system-oriented information. We are using more rational behavior, rational proceedings. But all these should be used to engage in the steps of the decision-making process, starting from the identification of the problem. It's the so-called process, so-called process and the steps. Right. Therefore, this lesson is very important because most of the time, as individuals, as managers, we have to make decisions. So, we have to support the decisions made by others as job holders, employees. පාරගියත් එහෙමයි නේ. ඒ rules follow කරනවා කියන්නේ decision making එකට උදව් වෙනවා. pilot කරනවා කියන්නේ ඒක මේ සඵලත්වය අඩු කරනවා. pilot කරනවා කියන්නේ. all have been set through a decision making process. මේ ඇදලා දෙන්නේ එහෙමයි නේ. building එකකුණත් එහෙමයි නේ. කවුරුත් decision making process. like එකකුණත් එහෙමයි නේ. මේක ඇදලා දෙන්නේ decision making process එකක as a result of many decision making processes. But in buying them as consumers, we are also following a decision-making process. No, that is called consumer buying decision-making process. All the time we are engaging in decision-making. Bagette mane, are uttere liyanne alternatives for generate karna MCQ wala same. Are uttere liyanne. Kita saya dekat ini nanti kita. Ini, saya untuk dekat ini. Terminal kali itu kita terminal ini yang digarap mana kita pasal. Dobit ni, dobit. Exercise macam ni. Bicycle bahasa kan? Okay, now we will have a break for about minimum 15 minutes. Coming back, we will have a classroom quiz based on the lesson making lesson. After that, we have time with this time. Right, online members heard everything now. Right. There are members, please follow these. And now we are going to have a short break. Fifteen is not enough, no, if you want to have a lunch. Right, 15, 30. And get ready for the test, right? I'll read the number and name. This is Day 5, no? First one.
Then decision making model. What are the decision making model? Maybe learn eight types of model. Those are classical model, administration models, and political model. Today I speak about more classical model. Classical model we have some name, nominative model, and rational model. So this model managers are based on assumption that first one is campaign goals may be clear. Also, the problems also well defined, and many can have complete information about role choices. Also, campaign managers are have best option to choose this maximize the profit in the campaign. So we can apply for these rational model for only programmable program decisions. We can't use non-program decision also. But we have some. We can do some moderator. Then we can use semi program.
Can you give an example for such an application?
We can use in my
No. Example for operational level decision.
area industry code of the employees or company working with
Deciding allowances,
yes.
40, that record should be considered.
Yes.
Normal routine and additional hours.
Yes.
This one, Vedas,
So maybe we can calculate based on their decision making style, we can calculate the total categorization. First one is individuals they take state. So, come to analytical side. Analyticals based on mainly based on conceptual side. Decision makers make decision based on calculation and information plus the people so like talking to people gathering information conceptual decision maker take decision based on both analytical and behavioral both. So based on behavioral.
so one is enough. Telling you all, and then explain more one. Say the conceptual.
Yeah. Conceptual decision making is more of board approach based on calculation, data plus like talking to different level of managers, gather information and make the decision. Based on that, we can evaluate with conceptual decision making is more successful one way. When it comes to decision making process, evaluating application that do this process like video managers and operational and staff. So conceptual decisions are taken based on their input source. Conceptual decision making will be more successful.
Can you give an example for that? Conceptual type design.
Integrating sales process, procurement process.
Good department.
Procurement process means how the production process will be done.
More than that, you can say when you try to introduce a ERP system, then you have to consult others also. How they have started, what are the pitfalls, challenges, like that. The second one is operation. ERP is a broad one. Taking other departments there. Anushka. Last time you were absent, no? Yeah. What's the answer?
Either or opportunity in problem occurs. They are pitfalls are not achieved, and which means some are not satisfied, and opportunity exists. The managers can face pitfalls are going well, and they can improve performance with a more success. Level is combined with other levels also.
Ramanayak.
Associations, managers, employers, 80% right? The customer is eventual. Consider this dispute. That's the complex situations. Finally,
Can you give an example for the use of a decision under or framed with administrative model? Okay. Badawa Munan. Badawa Avinagat Penor. Can you imagine and tell us? It would be a complex decision. situation. Motion එකක් දෙනවද නේද? ඒකට motion එකක් දෙනවද? ඒ වගේ එකක් දෙනවද? Complex. කාටද දෙන්නේ කියලා තීරණය කරමු. කාට පොඩ්ඩක් හිතවත් දිනවල දෙනවනේ. දෙන්නත් පුළුවන් විශ්වාස කෙනෙක්. Satisfy. Yes, satisfy කරලා තමම satisfy වෙන වගේ දෙනවනේ. ඒක දෙනවනේ. දැන් computer resources වගේ share කරනකොට right 015
Operation making. Personal treatment styles prefer individual problems, there are alternatives, and make choices. There are four main styles. First one is directive style. In this style, we simple and clear solutions. Rely on existing. For example, the management following company policy to quickly solve problems. And second one is the analytical style. Individuals using this style.
මේක බලන්න කියන්නේ. Yes, it's correct. වෙනකම්. ඒක තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. බලන්න කියන්නේ.
And individuals using this style, like consider complex solution and gather as much as data possible before making decisions. For example, financial analysts examine multiple market reports to determine the best investment strategy. The one is conceptual style. This style involves looking at broad information from people and systems and solving problems creatively. For example, startup brainstorming with the team to develop innovative products. And finally, behavior style. People with this style focus on how they should affect on others. For example, a HR manager might consult staff before implementing a new policy to ensure it is effective.
Just on 01440.
The program moment. The second step is diagnosis and analysis of person. In this step, manager analyzes the technical factor, the business situation. The third one is development of alternatives. Manager creates topical response of action of program vision and non-program decisions. The fourth step is selection of the desired alternative. In this step, selecting best alternative for this the overall goals. Implementation of those alternatives is this step. The managers try to ensure that the alternative is carried out. The final step is evaluation and feedback. In this step, evaluate the overall step of the process and get the feedback from managers and get the decision.
Can you give an example for a problem? Managerial problem? Where a decision should be made. What is that? Problem. A gap situation. That you are working in what is one? Water board. Then water board may be experiencing a lot of problems. For employees in the division. They are not retiring those. This workforce in a division. Right. Then 019.
Directive style and principal style, conceptual style, and if I talk about directive style, it focuses on the quick decisions and it relies on rules, procedures, and it is practical kind of decision making. Then the analytical style, it collects a lot of data and it creates considers more alternatives, and so it's time consuming but ensures accuracy and reduces risk. Then conceptual style, it considers what the amount of information both from people and the systems. So it's that style is creative, innovative, and open to new ideas. The final one is behavioral style. That style is mainly people oriented, and it input from team members and it encourages the participation of them. And so it's very good relationship.
Garbage style करते हैं. Garbage style करते हैं.
You can figure out.
No, can you suggest that? Garbage style, garbage decent style. You know, garbage decent style. You know, කොහොමද තිබ්බ? garbage ඉවත් කරන්න ගන්න තියෙන නෙවෙයි. ඒ නමින් තියෙන නේද? දැන් එක ජිට්ට ඉගෙන ගත්තා. දැන් එක මට මතක් වුණා. ඒ කියවන්න බෑ. අයිය. Random decision देख दिया.
Decisions happen in a random, unstructured way.
Random.
When problems, solutions, and people come together by chance.
Chance. Probability कर दे. Chance के अवधान मेरे को निकालने दिया ना. Garbage can one. ये अभी क्यों नहीं है? एक लिया करते थे. तो मदद दिया करते. लेकिन आप ये नोटन नहीं बात की ना हम करते हैं. चिता नहीं दिए. The random unstructured giving chance probability. පනට 50 තියලා ගන්නවා කියන්නේ නේ. වදිනකොට සමහරට garbage model එකට බදින්න වෙනවා. 50ට 50 තියලා බදින්නේ. අවදානමක් කරලා. ඔබ එක්ක මම කියන්නේ. ඒවගේ. ප්‍රතිවල් තියෙනවා ඒකට ගන්න රසවත් ඒවා. එක්ක අම්මා එක්ක ඔයා කියලා ගත්තේ බාගෙට ගත්තේ. Right, then 019 19. Is it? Agak udah ada ini. Dapat debit itu ada. Right, NK Pereira.
The managers make a decision when they see a problem like a poor result and opportunity like a who even better than. The second element is diagnosis and analysis of causes, recognizing the issues.
Manager, without telling everything, can you little talk about diagnosis, how to diagnose a problem?
Managers like to post and what happened, what occurred, and when and where occurred. Third one is development of alternatives for routine problem solution. Already given in the company rules, but for unusual problems managers must speak creatively and develop the alternatives. Fourth one is select the desired alternative. Managers then select best alternatives, support the company goals. The fifth one is implementation of choose the alternatives. After choosing alternatives, managers must implement it. This means using the communication, motivation, and leadership. Sixth one is evaluation and feedback. Finally, managers evaluate the decision by checking the result and gathering the feedback. This helps them see if the goals were made.
Can you tell a small example for understanding how a manager can motivate member towards the decision-making process? Motivate करने के लिए motivate in assume that you have to have, as a manager, you have to make a team decision. Then now you said that it's a matter of motivating also members. Then can you tell one way of motivating members in making a decision to contribute to that?
Feedback.
Evaluating. Evaluating is another stage. No? Motivate what kind of thing should be done, can be done. Second part of the work to him, looking at the capability, then he or she may have, I came to do that, no? Engage in that. They assign a responsibility at the number to system. Then actually may type करा, because I can do type because सामान क्या होती है, क्या करना क्या होती है, मैं कहते हैं type बुला के रोड देना है, तो ये second to work. Second to work इधर assigning a task in the decision making of the decision making. නැත්නම් පෙපර්මින්ට් වගේ ටිකක් ගෙනත් තිබ්බා දිශයකට වගේ මොටිවේට් එක there's not a thing that could be given. તમારો ඩිස්බත් යන්නේ කියලා ඒ වගේ ඉන්නවනේ ඒවා පොඩ්ඩක් මොටිවේට් වෙනවා ෂෝට් එක. workshop වලදී වෙනවා නේද? කැම් එකක් දෙනවා තේ එකක් දෙනවා ඒවත් කියන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක ප්‍රොඩක්ටිවිටි වැඩි වෙනවා. නැත්නම් ඉන්දිය යනවනේ. අතට අලුත් මේවලම් යූස් කරනවානේ PowerPoint presentation multimedia එකක් නින්දයක් නැහැ. ඒක activate sound controls good environment with sanitary facilities. ඒකනේ හොටල් එකකට වගේ තියෙන workshop වල දෙන්නේ. ඒකම තමයි ඉන්න පොඩ වෙනසකට කියලා හොටල් එක. That gives the motivation. Right. Let's go 017. 017.
Today I am going to present about what is the decision and the models of the decision.
What is that?
Meaning of the decision and the decision making style. The style of decision making. So the first, the meaning of decision is the decision is the choice from available alternatives. So as for that, based on that, the decision making comes from the process of identifying the solution for the problem and resolve it. That's the decision making. So when we come into that style of decision making, there are mainly four types of decision making style. The first one is directive style. Second, the analytical style and conceptual style and behavioral style. So when we are coming to directive style, it means it is very simple and it is based on that they are used by the very intermediate clear way to take a solution for the each problem. The second is analytical. For make the decision, they are mostly based on that the data. The data to be the solution for the complete decision. The third one is analytical decision, analytical style. So it's like a hybrid type of style because it is based mostly it is concerned about the data and the people. The system and the people. So based on the what they are gathering from the people and the system. They are making decisions for the conceptual style. The fourth and last one, the style is the behavioral style. It's like the manager talking to the one by one people based on their feelings and emotions. They are taking decisions. So these are the basically the style of the decision making.
Yeah, can you propose an example for an analytical decision making?
And so they are taking they are just putting to each employees that like a Google sheet, take their reviews about their satisfaction level about the job, and they expecting any appraisal for the promotions and salary increment by the share and the foods, WhatsApp groups. And
How about yeah, that is also correct. How about having a product mixed strategy? Mixed strategy. Mixed. What kind of product range should be now offered? Is it an analytical process?
yeah, product mix.
Mix.
Product mix means they are taking the survey from the customers. That's
For customer, the management accountant can do, no? Management accountant should do that, no? Product mix, looking at the contribution and the payout. Then evaluating different products, maybe three out of 2 is the decision. Then what's the dropping product should be identified, no? And what are the 2 selected products can be decided. Then what is called per contribution, per profit of a product should be evaluated subject to some other conditions, factors. Other factors are the availability of the raw material. Whether they like to produce, the raw material availability also should be checked on. But those should be considered in the decision itself. Those are the factors to consider. Right. Those are analytical, right? Right, this one, number 11, 011. It is. Can you give us more example for a program decision? Good. So leave that can be decided. Last time you were absent, no? Right, number 26, 026. Where's that? Last time absent, today is also absent. If you online, no? 26? No. Online numbers are different. No? There are different names, other names. This one is a normal student, no? They absent.
Hello?
Your number is 26.
No, sir. My number is 10.
I am Mahesh.
Mahesh.
You can then answer next.
Yeah, I also select personal style of decision making. It's mean how individual evaluate problems and generate alternatives and make choices. There is a 4 main style. First one is directive style and analytical style and conceptual style. Last one is a behavioral style. Directive style meaning it's more focused on short term and it's quick and practical and it's decision based on rules, facts and efficiency. Analytical style meaning it is consider complex solutions, use more data and analysis for best solutions. And third one, conceptual style means it is consider broad amount of informations, people and system both information consider and considering many alternatives. And fourth one is behavioral style. It's focus on people's feeling and the impact of the decisions making. That's it.
Okay, thanks. This one, Chamila, Chamila, repeat one. No? Today absent. Yes. Okay, no? Right, any other remaining to answer today? All finished? Yes. Okay, then if available, please let me know, right? And we will do that. But total headcount from that also 11. Here 10, no? 10 plus 1, 11. Okay. And we will try to select a small case from decision making of ego. We have 20 minutes. How shall we do the next lesson? Session. Organization. This is a small lesson, organizing. But it is not, we have only 3-4 weeks. Yes, and one, you are familiar with the reading and studying. Organizing, second function after planning. These are the areas we will cover, right? Defining. But I use this diagram also like a tree diagram. But though we are studying these for businesses, but already these are happening in our environment. No? Environment. Then when we consider the function of a tree, the three main functions in organization can be found there. Right? You decide that in a diagram that is considered can be identified with the box. Box means a leaf, set of leaves. Right. Then when the leaves are considered in a branch, that is a department, departmentalization. Transferring the jobs. Right. Then coordination also can be seen, vertical and horizontal coordination. The resources are taken and distributed in the tree, vertically and horizontally. That is similar to coordination in an coordination of activity and people behaving in an organization to the hierarchy and the layer. Then these most topics, the concepts can be seen in the natural environment. This is also a system, no? System. And then organizing is defined as a deployment of resources in an organization to achieve its goal. Goals or goals. Right. Goals were determined in planning, no? But when which are trying to achieve, the organization should support them, especially by allocating resources. Right. Then, as I said now, with the tree diagram, the resource deployment in an organization by organizing can be seen with job designing, departmentalization, and coordination. These are the three functions or three roles of organization. In such a way, you can define them. And then these are the three functions of organizing. Right. Job designing is a HRM function. HRM function, that means determination of tasks and responsibilities of the job. Tasks, duties, and responsibilities of the job. It's a HRM function. Right. Those are the different job design techniques available for managers. Job simplification, rotation, enrichment. Right. Simplification is somewhat similar to the design during scientific management era. Even today we have to do that. The main task of a job should be identified. Right. That is to enhance the efficiency. Right. But to consider the behavioral side of a job holder, not only the simplification, the other methods also should be used in a mixed way. Job rotation, that means shifting the worker, is a similar steps, but this can be done in the operational level only. In other advanced levels, it cannot be done. An engineer cannot be engaged as a doctor or a lawyer. But in these positions, rotation can be done in another way. Maybe changing the place or giving opportunities to go overseas for training or for higher studies. Those are some 15, temporal 15 of the person. No? But the same job task should be done. At operational level, similar jobs can be done by a person, right? For a period. It's another solution in the absence of a job holders. It gives a training, the rotation gives a training. Can do data operating or what is called reception task, driving task, cleaning task, even security task, those can be done. Job enlargement is giving new job tasks and duties to expand the scope horizontal. Even lecturer tasks, teaching job can be expanded by asking him more to do research as others. Like community development, those different tasks can be given. Then job enrichment is giving the enriching the job vertical, giving more responsibility with more number of subordinates, with advanced machines, assets. Likewise, vertical loading also can be done. But normally both last two happen together. But these are happening independently also, not always together. Right. Sometimes through the training and knowledge, advanced knowledge, aim from the rotation, these last two may happen. Right. There are some connections of all these. No? But everything should be evaluated based on the way the person can do the primary task. Primary task. Okay. ඒක අනිවාර්යෙන් බලන්න. මේක දේවල් ටික පුළුවන්. ඊට පස්සේ තමයි අනිත් ඒවා බලන්න. But now today, to evaluate the performance, organizations may consider other extra behaviors, extra dimensions as well, not only the core functions. Even customers are expecting those from an organization. Then today an employee should show multitask. But person may be in one particular area, but he or she should develop multi-skill, including relationship building. HRM වල දැනත් ඒවා කරා ඇක්මන් මොඩල් එකේ HRM වල විතර දැන් කරන්නේ. ඒවා වෙන සබ්ජෙක්ට් වල human resource management. Right. Then second function is departmentalization. That means putting similar jobs into similar division groups. Right. Then these are different types of departmentalization. Simple departmentalization, functional based, product based, customer based, geographical based, matrix departmentalization. Simple is mostly applicable for small business organization, where owner manager and few employees working together closely. Small business. But when the organization gets large, then functional departmentalization should be there. If it's a manufacturing organization, manufacturing of production manager, then marketing and sales, finance, accounting, human resource, IT, likewise. They can directly report to the general manager. Other layers are not identified here. is a product base. Along with the previous functional base, since the organization is producing different products, then there should be different product managers also to manage display. Then this organization may be a finance company. It has property development or real estate, leasing, deposit, those things. Then these are three areas. No? Yeah, each should be headed by a product manager. They can directly go for the general manager as other functional managers. They should not go via functional manager. But they can communicate with them. In reporting, they can go directly for the general manager as they do. This is a mixed hybrid structure, hybrid mode. In a similar way, without saying product, we can identify managers with the market, customer group. Right. But same functional managers are also operating here. Right. This is the market based manager. There's a manager for the corporate customer, for the exports, for the consumer end user customer. This may be a finance and income plan. Right. The other one is the geographical base. This is very widely applied by multinational firms operating across different regions, countries. Even in the country, there are organizations having different branches. So, BNS has a theory concept. That is to access the entire market population, right, step by step. Then there are provincial managers, so branch managers. They can report to the head office directly. But in the head office, there are functional managers also. Right, this is the metric structure. Here, the dual relationship is formed. The lower level managers and executives, definitely they should have a normal boss. That's the routine reporting part. But the same workforce can be engaged in different special projects. So then they have to have another project manager. Horizontal. Then this requirement creates a dual relationship with the rectangular pattern. In schools also, in local schools, even our universities, we have this. No? While in our normal class, we have to engage in the project task force or committee, subcommittee also. Till that task is over. Periodically, that comes. Right. But now it is a normal routine, no? In our activities. While teaching, we have to do those tasks and those finished tasks should be reported to the statutory meeting. Sometimes we are given allowances in other prestigious. In getting promotions, which are also now checked. Even yesterday, we received a list to fill in all these activities step by step. By October 10 or something, we have to fill them. Then definitely, we are also following this matrix structure. Very good. Then known as what? Not like it. Index out of the area. Okay, if I Ini selesai kan? Ini selesai. Sudah kita aku ganti. Lagi. Kamu ada lagi kan? Dikatakan, emang dewan yang kita. Ada suara ni. Nak bayar ni. Mungkin maybe not only. Ilaga set is to remind me. Taking within 1 hour we can finish this and have the quiz on the next day. And after that we will adhere case to both lessons. Within the question. Sure. There Okay. Teka pun ane, kaya kelatin. Make. Amin. Baiklah ni. Tetap ini deh. Betul. Okay. Username is okay. Kalian. Master Legion. Kami dia kerja. Panen ni, make kan ada. First pass.
Slow.
Password. The figure should come. Okay. Sekarang kan apa? Hah? Agak gede lah. Nah, jadi keren banget. Kata ada SMS ke yang dan apa? Login apa? OTP dan sini gofel lah ni. Polling group में हमारा तो गाना वाली ओके अरे डैशबोर्ड डैशबोर्ड क्या होता है हाँ डैशबोर्ड है डैशबोर्ड मतलब रिकॉर्ड भी चाहिए then exception class का end होना है 19 exception takes time recent process ni मतलब होगा रहेगा देखा क्या ना activate करके करने attendance Now, it's now it.
Yeah.
I'm saying that. Hello, then. Oh. Hello. It is next. And make another. The last one and then one. Then you are next. Level 15. Hello. Right. Then like goes. Oh, finish. Right. So, coming up. But again, session is. Tuna pound, eh? Tuna pound in that. Apa yang? Is that the aerobic? That's it. Grand is looking good. And if it's on it, I got it. Galle. වැඩ කරනවා කරනවා already සෙවුනත් දුරවෙනින්ද දෙන්න නැහැ පස්සේ උන්නේ නැද්ද ෆෝන් එකේ බලගෙන වෙනස කැපැසිටි තමන්ගේ ක්‍රෙඩෙන්ෂල්ස් යූස් කරනවා නේද ඒක යන්න එපා LMS එකේ ඒක මේ දාලයක් දැන්නේ
ऐसे क्या तो मैं
ගියා
मैं आपको तीनों का आएगा किसी
I don't